Gemini Danai, the rain does not distinguish between the living and the dead. It falls just as heavily on the rusted husks of forgotten cars as it does on the shivering, fragile life trapped within them. Tonight, the scrapyard is a graveyard of iron and silence, save for the rhythmic drumming of water against corrugated tin. Somewhere deep within this labyrinth of jagged edges and oily puddles, a pair of emerald eyes reflects the dim, gray light of a dying day. This is Donna. She is a shadow among shadows, a tiny heart beating against the cold indifference of a world that has discarded her. She does not know how she got here, or why the metal mouth of an old washing machine has chosen to swallow her whole. All she knows is the crushing weight of the cold and the terrifying realization that she can no longer move. The trap is a cruel one. Her head is caught in the circular rim, a collar of rusted steel that tightens with every desperate breath she takes. She had sought warmth, a momentary refuge from the downpour, but the sanctuary became a prison. Her emerald eyes, once bright with the survival instinct of a street hunter, are now dilated with a primal, suffocating fear. She has been here for hours, perhaps days. Her muscles have moved past trembling into a dull, aching paralysis. The scent of grease and old detergent fills her lungs, a sharp contrast to the sweet, wet earth she can see just inches away, but can no longer reach. She is a prisoner of human progress, an afterthought in a field of debris. Then, a flicker of light cuts through the gloom. It is not the moon, nor the harsh flash of lightning, but a steady, purposeful beam that sweeps across the rusted landscape. It dances over shattered glass and twisted frames until it finds her. For Donna, this is not a sign of hope, but a new terror. She tries to hiss, to draw back into the darkness, but the metal rim holds her fast. The light grows closer, accompanied by the heavy thud of boots in the mud. A voice, soft and low, begins to murmur, a sound she has never associated with kindness. To her, humans were the shadows that threw stones or the loud engines that chased her into the gutters. She closes her eyes, waiting for the blow that she assumes must follow the light. But the blow never comes. Instead, there is the scent of something unexpected, warmth, and a gentle touch on the top of her head. The hand is steady, moving with a patience that Donna cannot comprehend. The narrator's voice continues, a steady hum against the backdrop of the storm, promising a safety she hasn't felt since she was a nursing kitten. The rescue is not a sudden explosion of action. It is a delicate dance of physics and empathy. The rescuer assesses the angle of the metal, the swelling of her neck, and the exhaustion in her frame. Every movement is calculated to avoid the sharp edges of the rusted drum. Tools clink softly, the sound of steel meeting steel as the long, arduous process of cutting her free begins. Hours seem to melt into the rain. The rescuer works with a surgical focus, shielding Donna's face from the sparks and the debris. There is a moment, a single breathless second, where the tension of the metal finally gives way. The prison snaps open. Donna does not run. She cannot. As she is lifted from the cold iron, her body is a weightless, limp thing in the rescuer's arms. She is wrapped in a towel, thick, dry, and smelling of lavender and home. For the first time in her life, the world is not hard and cold. It is soft. It is warm. As the car heater hums and the scrapyard fades into the rearview mirror, Donna's emerald eyes finally slip shut, surrendering to a sleep that is not fueled by fear, but by the overwhelming weight of being saved. The transition to the clinic is a blur of bright lights and sharp clinical smell. The transition from the wild to the cared for is never easy for a soul that has only known the shadows. At the rescue center, Donna is a ghost. She hides in the back of her kennel, her fur still matted with the grime of the scrapyard. She watches the humans through the bars, her emerald eyes suspicious and weary. She refuses to eat at first, the trauma of the trap still echoing in her nerves. The doctors speak of malnutrition, of the lingering effects of the cold, but they cannot see the bruises on her spirit. They provide the medicine for her body, but it is the patience of the volunteers that begins to heal her heart. Days turn into weeks. The transformation begins not with a roar, but with a whisper. It starts with the first time she doesn't flinch when a hand reaches in to change her water. It continues when she takes a single kibble from the palm of a stranger. Slowly, the oil and grease are washed away, revealing the intricate tapestry of her coat, the elegant charcoal stripes, the splashes of sun-kissed orange, and the pristine white of her chest. She begins to groom herself, a sign that she no longer expects to die. The emerald eyes begin to change. The pupils are no longer wide with panic, but soft, curious, and bright. She discovers the luxury of a sunbeam hitting the linoleum floor, and the rhythmic comfort of a purr that starts deep in her chest and vibrates through her entire being. But the true test of her resilience is the silence. Donna is a quiet cat, a silent observer of the bustling world around her. She watches other kittens get adopted, watching them leave in colorful carriers to lives of luxury. She waits. She is no longer the broken thing from the washing machine, but she is still carrying the weight of her past. She needs someone who understands that love isn't always loud. She needs a home that feels like the quiet after a storm. And then, one Tuesday afternoon, the door opens, and a new scent enters the room. It is the scent of a garden, of old books, and of a quiet, steady patience that mirrors her own. A young woman sits on the floor. She doesn't reach for Donna. She doesn't make loud noises or try to force a connection. She simply sits and reads, her presence a calm anchor in the room. Donna watches from her perch. An hour passes. Then, with a grace that seems to defy her history of trauma, Donna descends. She walks across the floor, her white paws silent, and bumps her head against the woman's knee. It is a contract. It is a choice. The woman looks down, her eyes filling with a soft, sudden light, and she whispers a name that sounds like a promise. The journey that began in the rusted metal of a scrapyard is finally reaching its horizon. The final day at the center is one of bittersweet smiles. The rescuers, who saw her at her lowest, now see her at her most beautiful. She is placed into a carrier, not as a victim, but as a cherished companion. As they drive away, Donna looks out the window at the passing trees, the world no longer a place of jagged edges, but a landscape of possibility. Her new home is a sanctuary of soft carpets and windows that look out onto a garden filled with birds and butterflies. There is a plush bed near the fireplace and a bowl that is never empty. The memory of the rain and the cold iron fades, replaced by the warmth of a hand and the security of a door that stays locked against the night. In the garden of her forever home, Donna is a queen. She stalks through the tall grass, her orange and gray fur camouflaged against the flowers. She is fast, strong, and full of life. When she tires, she curls up on the lap of her human, her purr a steady heartbeat that tells the story of her survival. She is a reminder to everyone who sees her that no one is truly disposable, that even in the darkest, most forgotten corners of the world, there is a beauty waiting to be found, a life waiting to be reclaimed. The emerald eyes that once reflected only terror now reflect the golden hue of the sunset and the deep, unshakable peace of a soul that is finally, truly home. The story of Donna is not just a story about a cat and a washing machine. It is a testament to the power of a single act of compassion. It tells us that while the world can be a place of immense cruelty and neglect, it is also a place where a stranger will stand in the rain for hours, just to save a tiny, shivering life. It reminds us that transformation is possible, that the broken can be mended, and that the shadows can be chased away by the light. As the stars begin to twinkle over the quiet house, Donna stretches her white paws, sighs a breath of pure contentment, and settles in for a night of dreams that are no longer haunted by the scrapyard, but filled with the infinite warmth of being loved.